I learned a lot just on the way because I didn't have any formal education for running a business or for starting a business. That's part of why I believe that this Ignite project is really essential. If I had a lot more knowledge, I probably would have moved faster and I would have avoided some pitfalls. And the way our educational system is structured right now, entrepreneurship is not a part of it because we mistakenly think that people will just wake up, or some are just born as business people. Some have a more natural inclination towards it, but a doctor who sets up a private hospital is a business person. He's a doctor who is running a business of medicine. He stops being just a doctor because if he sees a patient, he's a doctor. If he's running the hospital, he's a businessman. He better have the skills. But how I closed the gap was over time, I was honest with myself to admit my own limitations in some sense. And I always went back to school. At a stage, I went to Lagos Business School and was in the Chief Executive Program. 3 years after that, I knew that whatever I learned there, which helped me at that stage, was no longer enough for what I wanted to do. I was ambitious and I had great vision for the business, but I also wanted to have the tools to take the right decisions in order to take the business to the next level. I think one of the biggest mistakes that people make when it comes to entrepreneurship is to imagine that they're not able to fulfill their dreams because of funding. It's the first and the easiest barrier that you can put between yourself and what you want to do. But what I've discovered is if someone is passionate about something enough, money is not big enough to stop them. When you sit down, when you think that, oh, I want to do this, immediately your mind can run ahead of you with, oh, I can do this and I can do this, and you get all excited. It's called an entrepreneur's bug. And you think, I can do this, and the next thing you think, the only thing that can stop me from doing this is money, which is the average answer you get from every young person. Oh, I have ideas. I know what to do. I just don't have the money. Fa. It's not all about money.
Ignite, from dreams to reality.
What do I like? I like what I do. I like going on holiday with my family. And I like my car. I like gadgets. And I like my bank.
If your bank were us, you would like us too. Since 1894, we have built a strong and stable financial institution based on insightful local know-how, global reach, and a commitment to deliver to you world-class innovative solutions. First Bank, truly the first.
Ignite, from dreams to reality.
You can build from scratch without having much starting off. And if you're patient and you're disciplined, over time you will find that the little that you had will get you started. And along the way, as the value of what you're doing begins to show up, help will come. Really, in my real life experience, that's really what happened to me. Because I started with nothing. I realized, I'd learned in the 3.5 months in that furniture company that when a customer comes to order, they pay 70% down payment. Carpenters come with their tools. I didn't need to buy tools. There were markets where all the big machineries were available, so I could go and process there and just pay for the service. I didn't need to buy the machine. I didn't need to hire the machinist. When the customer has paid the 70% down payment, I could discipline myself enough to apply that to produce the order. Now, because you're using a lot of external services, it just means that your profit will be so little. But it doesn't matter. It's the price you pay for getting the business started. And one at a time, you build on it and you allow your business to start to grow. It's really about your commitment to the vision, your ability to discipline yourself, your tenacity, and your desire to see your dream move to reality. That's why this program is called Ignite Dreams to Reality. Because every business idea we have is only a dream. But what we're saying is between the dream and the reality, there's so much that must happen. What we're trying to do with the Ignite Enterprise project is to raise a generation of informed entrepreneurs. Their degree just means that their mind is open to learning. It means they're able to process information in a disciplined manner. It means that if you nudge them in the right way, they should be able to make things happen. A graduate of civil engineering can become a business person running a tiling facilitation company, which means for every building, all he's interested in is in tiling all the areas that need to be tiled. The way he will do it is different from the way the ordinary bricklayer will handle it. He's educated, his ability to process things, his ability to make sure that lines are straight, this and that, based on his training, will come into play. But the management of the business involves a lot more. He will learn about handling his finance, about building credibility for the business, about using the bank, building account and track records, about pricing, about so many things that make businesses fail. What we really need to do is to raise an enlightened crop of entrepreneurs who are given the skills across the board with understanding. I know a lot of what I learned in business school helped me in the last phase of doing things. It made it possible for me to realize with an open mind that you don't need to own 100% of anything, and you can do it successfully. Partnerships can be a problem, but a lot of times also because we don't do our homework and we don't do the right matching, and we don't take care of legal structures, we don't take care of so many things that then show up later and become a problem. So it's what I'm hoping that, working with Lagos State, with First Bank as a major sponsor, with a Bank of Industry and the entire team that is involved, and After School Graduate Development Center, which was set up solely to address the problem of employability in the country, we will be able to raise a whole new generation of entrepreneurs.